Text me and I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back. You text me then I'll text you back. Text me then I'll text you back. TikTok, you don't stop. I will help you make your paper stack. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now? 205-964-5243. Now you know. 205-964-5243. Now you know.
Good afternoon and welcome to August 9th. We're going to talk about real estate investing with a strong emphasis on wholesaling real estate where your cash or credit doesn't matter. You want to get involved in real estate investing. It's a low risk, high reward opportunity. We're here to answer your questions. Maybe get some more information that you might not need. So if you want to join the live stream and get pushed to the front of the line, get your questions answered, you can text the word Gator, and that'll get you pushed to the front of the line. Where's my Gator? That'll get you pushed to the front of the line. And so text the word Gator to the number 205-964-5243. Just to make sure you know, the times we're normally on Monday through Wednesdays around 3:45 p.m. Easternish for show. And so on Thursdays around 8 p.m., even though it says 8 p.m. Eastern. So those are the show times. Please tell a friend and tell them to come on by. The paperwork. I'd like to let everyone know that you can get access to the contract that you can use to put your wholesale deals together. We give that away for free, along with step-by-step training for sellers and buyers, along with getting your contract signed virtually, aka electronic signature. This is simple. Subscribe, share, like, follow, boom, 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 boom. All four of those. Make sure you do that. If you're trying to get a step-by-step process for free on how to do this, we put this playlist together. Text the letters VIP to the number 205-964-5243. Why do I use VIP? Because that's you. All right. Well, I guess I could go a couple more things. Y'all sitting there. Oh, you got a question already? Okay, there it is.
All right, the first question on Instagram, this person asked, with something like one-day flips, is it something that isn't taxed and needs to be reported at the end of the year?
Well, you're running. So someone wants to know if you do a transaction. You're running a business, so you want to operate as a business. You're gonna have to pay taxes. You want to be legitimate, right? Taxes have to be paid. So it's income that has been produced. You want to be able to leverage that income into possible other deals, buying things personally and business-wise. It needs to be recorded. That's from buying a house for yourself or buying other real estate, because you may need to leverage your income along with your credit to do that. So it has to be recorded.
All right. Jay the Hard Way said he has questions about vacant land. You absolutely can.
You can. Yeah, I'll tell you what I know. Whatever that is. So.
Let's see. Joseph Wilson from YouTube said, "Hello. Is it best to double close on large deals?"
Is it best to double close on large deals? Mm-hmm. Well, in my opinion, it doesn't matter on that. Some people say yes, some people say don't. Both work. The deal where the young lady did the $285,000. That was an assignment. $285,000. Well, actually, it was $275,000, and she got $10,000 from a earnest money deposit from another buyer that didn't perform. but it was total 285, but the assignment fee was $275,000, an assignment fee. So they're getting what you all agree upon. Now I ain't saying people won't still trip or whatever on the buyer or seller side, but the buyer definitely don't need to trip. If they want to continue to do business with me, that's definitely not an option or whatever. But both work. So.
All right, this person on Instagram said, I found a deal where they are selling a bundle deal for homes. I have a cash buyer. Do I need to put it under contract before I show it to my cash buyer?
Okay, so they have a bundle deal and they want to know, do they need to show it
Do they need to put it under contract first?
before they show their cash buyer? Yes, you do. Most definitely. They're asking, they have a deal, a bundle deal, and they want to know, do they need to put it on the contract before they share it with their cash buyer? So they have a deal. Do you put it on the contract before you let your buyers know about it? Yes, you have to do that. Now, sometimes, once you get down the road, you'll build some trust with some investors or whatever, and you can do that, but until further notice and you feel and vet people out, no, you want to have it on the contract before you let anyone else know about it. Otherwise, you can get easily cut out of the deal.
All right, we got somebody in the data room, so I'm about to add her.
Tarnisha.
Yes, sir.
Did I say that correctly?
Actually, you did.
Okay. Where are you? Welcome. Where are you live streaming from?
Houston, Texas.
Houston.
Yes.
H-Town. What's happening? What you got?
Okay. Well, I'm figuring out how to use PropStream. I actually did a campaign. But the voice, is it the ringless voicemail is not working because they're doing something with it. So now do I have to sit there and call all of those numbers?
Well, now that is another option, which I would recommend you. Well, all of them work really, but I would recommend, if you're comfortable with cold calling, then you definitely want to do that. Now you can pick up your smartphone and do it that way, or you can use a dialer to be more efficient and get a lot more done, where it allows you to call 2, 3, 4, up to 10 people at once. Normally about 3 people at once is good. So once one of those pick up, the other 2 stop dialing, and the system tracks everything for you. You're able to manage your leads. So if you text the word dialer to this number, that's an option with that list. With that same list, if you wanted to, you could also, where is it? You could text message it also. I don't know where it is, but here it is. Just text the word text, and this video will explain how that works. So, your list is not in vain, is what I'm saying. So, it's not in vain.
I do have one more question. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
Okay. I know when I signed up for PropScreen, I was supposed to get like a one-on-one training, and I didn't quite get that. I'm figuring it out, but I think I need to figure it out a lot faster.
Okay. Now, number one, what she's referring to, if you go to text the word tool, that'll take you over there to where she's talking about where you can sign up for the tool, but also, where is it? If you text the word time to the phone number, you can schedule a time to actually get the training from one of the team members here.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. So you can still get it, correct, to answer your question.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Please join us again.
I will.
All righty. Thank you, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
All right. This one came from Jay the hard way. He said, "Can you elaborate on your commercial or you looking for forest land?"
He's asking, Can you elaborate on your commercial of you looking for forest land? We just look for land, period. It just has to make sense on where it's located. There's so many factors that go into it. Does it have road access? Does the timber? Is it wetlands, flood zone? Sometimes that matters. Sometimes it doesn't matter. Is it flat? Um, has there ever been a structure or anything there, like a house, mobile home, or whatever? Is it in a subdivision? Is it an infill lot, meaning it's just an empty lot in between a couple of houses or on the side of a house or something, but in an actual neighborhood? Is it commercial? Is it residential? Is it AG? Um, so it's just a lot of factors. So you just have to send it over, and we'll take a look at it or whatever. Um, in most cases, if we're going to wholesale it, we would prefer that it's off market, meaning that it's not for sale, or that there's a for sale sign on the property. That makes it more difficult to move if it's a wholesale deal. If it's some internally that we want for any particular purpose, then it really won't matter if it's on the market or not. But normally we're trying to wholesale, so that matters.
All right, this question came in from TikTok. Commercial lots that were once business, like Taco Bell, CVS, etc. Do I need to send you info?
We're really not taking those on right now. Ideally, what we're looking for are larger parking lots, like a former Kmart, former Walmart, grocery store, something like that. Got a end game for that right now. So, what else? Like an entire shopping center. Just not like some of the spaces are vacant, but the whole thing is vacant. That may be in play. A closed down truck stop would definitely be ideal. A industrial building with a lot, but the main ingredient any of those need to have is a ton of parking. So you know how big it would. I'll just give you an example. You know how big a Walmart parking lot normally is. It needs to be at least that.
Okay. Let's see. This one.
It matters, but it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? So,
this one says, how do you calculate the ARV for a house that is out in the middle of nowhere and has few houses around it that have been recently sold?
Okay, so he's basically asking how can you calculate the ARV for houses in rural areas, basically what they're saying. It's very difficult. It all, for us amateur appraisers, basically what we are, but for what we need, that's all it takes. We don't have anything to compare it to. So, but the main thing is, if you don't have any comps in an area and you know the square footage has been adjusted if needed be because of the size, either too small, too large, then that means you won't have any buyers. Those are easy not to target if the purpose is wholesaling. It's that simple. No comps normally mean no buyers. Normally.
All right, this one came from Robert McCrae. He said, hi, Ty. He said, hi, Ty. Rob here. Did you receive my messages from this morning?
Oh, I was trying to go through some messages before we got on air here, but it's so many I didn't get a chance to catch up. Normally, I try to catch them up. Last couple of episodes, I haven't been on top of that. Just had some other stuff going on, so I'll respond to it. But it's best, Rob, because I'm normally gonna. It's best if you got a message, unless you're displaying an address or something. Just post it in the comment section of any YouTube video, and I'm going to answer those. I don't know if they're going to be fast or not, but that's the best place to place your questions.
Yeah. Let's see. We got some people just saying hello. This one came from Gwen. She said, hello, Ty. I'm so excited about starting the program.
Thank you, Gwen. Thanks for joining us, and appreciate your purchase for sure.
This one came from Samuel. They said, are you willing to JV with someone if they end up getting someone under contract but does not have a title company or an end buyer?
Okay, so Samuel is asking, would we partner with someone that doesn't have a buyer or they haven't chosen a title company? Yes, The only reason you're really partnering up with us because we're going to help provide the buyer, and let you know if you're not comfortable with doing that side of it. The title company part of it, I don't like to use the word easy, but that's the easy part if there is such a thing.
All right. We got somebody in the Gator room about
Gator. We need like a roar or something whenever they come in.
What do alligators do?
I do. Ain't that what they do?
We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that.
Ain't that what gators do?
I have no idea.
Let's not do that. Somebody send us a gator sound. What's going on, Jay?
Hey, how you doing today?
I don't think gators make noises, do they? He froze.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, okay, I can hear you now. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. I've just started doing my research into the whole vacant land flipping and everything. I'm looking at getting Dilulator, and I know you did a video on price probably tonight. I was wondering if you could look at a zip code for me to look. Okay.
Yeah, let me pull up my thing here. Hold on one second. Where you live streaming from, my man?
I'm from Leesburg, Georgia.
Leesburg. What? Give me a landmark of a significance, a little bit larger.
Albany, Georgia.
Oh, Albany. Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be Southwest Georgia.
Southwest Georgia. Okay.
Near Macon.
Okay, so that area. All right. So how far are you from Columbus?
Ooh, that's good. I am not. Columbus is about, if I'm correct, like 45 minutes.
Okay, so you're not far then. Okay. All right. What's the zip code?
31763.
All right. Well, now we're just looking at a zip code. It makes it difficult.
Okay.
Just looking at a zip code.
Well, we can look at Columbus if you want, if it's easier, or since it's bigger.
Well, we're talking. You want me to look at some land, right?
Well, I was just my main question is like for someone who's first trying to get into flipping vacant land, is there like a certain acreage that they should be looking at out of, like, is it like, should they be looking at like this less than an acre, 5 acres, or
Man, that's a really good question. So what I would do is let me just look at one of these properties. So this is Lee County. So what I would do if you're just trying to target your immediate area, right?
Yes.
If that's your end game. So we're going to do Lee County. So I'll just give you all this game now. TikTok and Instagram, I'm sorry you can't see this, but if you go, we're 18 minutes in on the YouTube video replay, you'll be able to see what I'm about to do for him. We're going to try to build a quick list of landowners. All right. So there's only a total of 16,000 plus properties in this county. That's everything. Commercial, residential, whatever. So it's going to be minimum here, I think. All right.
Yeah,
so
I had a feeling about that.
So first thing we're going to do is go on here on the property characteristics. So we are targeting. So I'll just do vacant land just under property characteristics. So that broke that down to 2,300, right? Out of the 16,000 properties available. All right. The next thing I'll do, because I'm trying to speak directly to owners, we're going to go with under owner information and do individual. That breaks it down to 1,300 and some change. From there, because you're only dealing with such a small number, I would just roll with this list right here: vacant land, individual, right?
Okay.
And so some of it's going to be commercial, some of it's going to be, let me see. Looks like all of this is resident. No, let me see. I think all of this is the way your county provides the info. All of it's residential, which is fine. So it's going to be all different types of sizes here, all types of land as far as the sizes, the where there's infield lots, out in the county, within the city, or whatever, but it's targeting the entire county. So that's a simple way of doing it for a county with that small as far as population and actual real estate owners. And then once you did, of course, you'll download the list and you'll skip trace for phone numbers, or you may send out mail.
So, but what you're pretty much saying though is for better results, I'm gonna have to look at like Columbus or Macon, a larger.
Yeah. One of the great things about targeting land is that it's built for virtual. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So you don't have to just be focused on your particular county. So that if we go to a bigger county, let's just do this. Let's do Fulton, right?
Okay.
Let's do Fulton County. That's one of the counties in the Metro Georgia area, right? So now it's over 10,000 properties with that same criteria. So what I'll do is I'll add a couple of layers here. So now I'll go back to property characteristics, and I don't think I have to do residential. So now we can, if you want, we can specify actual sizes of the lots, right? So let's just say you don't want to do anything above an acre. So you just put in here one max. No, that's square footage. I'm sorry. So we put in here 43,560. An acre is 43,560 square feet for those that didn't know. So now that reduces your list down to 8,000. Let's say if we're going to want to go up larger, let's say we want everything an acre or larger. So we'll just say 43,560, and we'll just say anything that's above that, right?
Correct.
Now that reduces it down to 2,993. So you can get creative there. Now, I didn't do this. Oh, on the MLS status, I would say off the market. I mean, not on the market. It only reduces it a little bit, so it's not a lot of properties on that are listed right now. So, but another thing you could do if you just wanted to do this under owner information, you say, hey, I only want to deal with out of town owners. They live out, we'll just say out of the state of Georgia. Now that reduces the list down to 223. Well, if we said they live in Georgia, but not in Fulton County, that increases you back up to 876. So, there's several things you can do to get a little bit more niche-y with your list.
And not to keep hogging up your time, I was watching the video where you had a young lady. I couldn't think of her name. It wasn't your regular girls that was on there. And you was talking about land, and she was saying you should be trying to get 25 contacts a week. Do you recommend that number for contacts?
Well, in reality, if you're talking about just targeting people that own real estate, period, whether it's land or houses or whatever, you want to do that. Now, when you say contacts per week, I guess depending on how you define it. You mean, are you talking to 25 actual people that want to sell real estate, or are you just talking to 25 people? Because that's different. Now, if there's 25 people that actually want to sell, that's roughly about, if you divide that by 7, that's two. What is that? I'm sorry. What is that? That's 3 and some change as far as the number of count. Almost 4 actual people you're negotiating with per day. Oh, that'll turn into some deals.
Okay.
But to get to that 25, you may have to reach out to hundreds or even thousands to get to that 25.
Okay. You just cleared it up. You just cleared it up right then and there. Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Does that help?
Yes, sir.
All right, no problem, man. Please join us again.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Yes. All right. This is on TikTok. When dealing with land, how possible is it to wholesale without any purchase being done?
Without any what?
P-E-R-K.
Oh, P-E-R-K?
Yeah.
P-E-R-K, Perks?
Purchase. Purchase.
You know, when they see the link and like handle the landlines and all that stuff, and like they can do plumbing and all that.
What you mean, survey?
Is that what it means?
Oh, I don't know. That's a term I'm not familiar with. See?
I think he just followed up. He said utilities.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Yeah. Well, a lot of times the sellers are going to know that. They're going to know if it's ever been established for utilities or not. Especially if a house is a structure has been there, mobile home house, utilities have been established. Now, sometimes it may just be power and obviously water, but it may not have sewer. Depending on where it is, maybe on septic or something. So.
All right. This is on Instagram.
Or may have a well. So.
What dialer do you use for your company?
Yeah. Thank my brother for chiming in. I just had that. Where did she go? Here they are. So right here, boom. Text the word dialer, and your question will be answered.
All right. This person on Instagram asks, how can I get started with you?
How can you get started with me? Well, just how can you get started? Now, you may have to watch a lot of me. I don't know if that'll be pleasant or not, but whatever. Text VIP to the number 205-964-5243, 205-964-5243. Those list of videos will get you going in the right direction for free.
All right. This person also said that they had submitted some on-market deals to DealUlator.
Mm-hmm.
And they're trying to get their first 50-50 deal and need help.
What's the name? Ask Ben dating advice for everyone. Oh, that's what's up, man. I might need to come on and be a guest. What I'm trying to say. Just text me the addresses, and I'll make sure you reached out to see what's going on with them.
All right. This one came from Mila, I think that's correct.
Mm-hmm.
They said, how do you respond if a prospective seller asks you who you work for or with?
Great question, Mila. So Mila says, how do you respond to a seller when they say, who do you work for? Who are you? If you're, well, I guess it doesn't matter if you're talking to them, text message or whatever. If you haven't established your business entity, LLC or whatever, or website, anything, then it's you. Hey, I'm working for me, just trying to feed my family. Got a little money. I got access to a little money, and we're out here trying to buy some houses. Would you be interested in selling, Mr. Johnson?
All right.
Albert Johnson.
This one came from Craig Breed on YouTube. They said, is it okay to DocuSign an agreement with a realtor?
Is it okay to DocuSign an agreement with a realtor? Yes, if the terms match up to what you're willing to do. Yes, of course. Albert.
This one says, how can someone get in contact with you to JV a deal?
How can someone get in contact with me, Jessica, to JV a deal? This is one way. Text the word, the letters 5050, the numbers, I said letters. And that's one way. Or if you decide, I forgot to do this. If you decide to go virtual, text MLS to this number. This video explain how to use a tool that we recommend. And that video, what am I trying to say? That video will explain that we can partner on those also. It's teaching you how to target properties that are listed, which involves dealing with real estate agent. But don't be alarmed. We're there to help. But those are two of the ways. Another one. Another way is you could text units to the number, self-storage or mini storage apartments. That also.
All right. Let's see. This one says contacting motivated sellers or finding motivated sellers. How will this texting work?
Well, that video will explain how it actually works. Yeah, just text the word text. Use batch leads, and they'll actually do some onboarding and train you on how to use it.
Does that help with finding motivated sellers of land?
Yeah, you can build text messaging. You can build listed of landowners, and you can text message those also. Actually, there'll be more. They will be cold if you're cold calling or texting landowners, they will be more responsive than houses. Guaranteed. I don't like to guarantee stuff, but you're going to get better response rate. Now, you guys still know what you're doing, but I don't, and I can't even put my finger on it on why at this point. At least from our experience, let me say that.
All right. They also asked, what's a good population number when looking for vacant land?
That's one of the pluses versus houses. It really doesn't matter in a sense if the numbers work. It really doesn't matter. Rural land, you have large tracts of rural land. That's attractive to a lot of people that from all over the country, even that live in cities or whatever. People have all types of uses for land. So, yeah.
All right. They said, are you no longer streaming on Facebook for these meetings?
I got to fix. We're on Facebook. We're on my main page. We're on the Facebook group, but on the Flip Man group, that's why our numbers are down there. Is that I got to do some change of setting or something in there that it says I need to do or whatever. I'm gonna have to. Yeah. So to answer your question, I'm glad you brought that back up. I forgot to look back into it before we got started or whatever. But it's a little challenging.
Okay. This one came from Jamal Choice. They said, let's see. How do you find a title company and a closing attorney in Fulton County, Georgia?
How do you find a title company and a closing attorney in Fulton County, Georgia? All right. The simple thing you can do is you can join my Facebook group, Wholesaling Real Estate with the Flip Man, right? Wholesaling Real Estate with the Flip Man, and just post your question there. What title companies, what closing attorneys are wholesaler friendly in XYZ city? Whatever. What city said?
Fulton County, Georgia.
Fulton County, Georgia. Of course, now it's going to be in Atlanta, so that's oh my God, you're gonna have tons of them that are closed there. But that's what you do. Just go there and ask that question in my Facebook group or any of the local groups to that area, any of the wholesale groups local to that area. That'll get you going.
All right, this one came from Rosemary in the private chat. She said, hi everyone, I'm new to wholesaling and I'm a new wholesaler rather, and I want to know how am I supposed to properly fill out the assignment agreement?
How are you properly supposed to figure out the assignment agreement? Well, that's what my contract is for. I don't really do it that way if you follow how I do it. But if you text the word contract to the number, this video here will actually explain how to fill it out for sellers and buyers and how to get it signed electronically or whatever. So, yeah, you're in the game. What was her name?
Rosemary.
Okay, yes, ma'am, Ms. Rolo.
Let's see. This one came from Mila again. She said, is there a tool you can use to skip trace for free or a trial you can use when just getting started?
Hey, okay, so Jamila is saying, is there a free tool for script tracing? There are going to be some free websites out there that'll do an okay job that are free, but you're getting what you pay for. It's free or whatever. So just a Google search away skip tracing. Just Google skip tracing and see what you can find. Find or just do find anyone's phone number you're going to have your free websites there. You're going to have a lot of pop-up banner ads and all that stuff. So just be wary of just clicking on anything or whatever. But yeah, there's going to be some out there, but it's free. So it's going to be limited on how much information you get and how much accurate information you get.
This one says, can you explain in depth how to double close using the end buyer's money?
Okay, can I explain in depth on how to double close using the cash buyer's money? All right, so the way it'll be set up, you have the actual two closings. And a closing is described as that's the actual meeting, I guess you would say, or business meeting you have between a seller and a buyer to permit the transaction. In the world of wholesaling, if you're going to double close, that means that first the buyer needs to fund the deal. The money needs to be there. Ideally, you can have the buyer come in and sign. Well, we got to do it. No, we can't do it that way. Ideally, what you'll do is, okay, it needs to be funded first. We need to know the money there. And the title company is not going to probably do it anyway if the money's not there. All right. And so, well, you know what? Ideally, they still probably need to do it that way. Because what if the buyer changed their mind and the seller didn't sign off on everything? And so ideally, and I had done a lot of it. That's why I'm thinking through of it. And the ones I've done, I'm like, okay, want my money. So but I'll just go through it the way it's supposed to work. All right. So you and the seller close on it first. You're going to buy it from the seller. How are you going to buy it? You're using the buyer's money because the money is already there, right? A couple hours later, you sit down with the buyer. You now own that property. You're a business entity or you own the property. And you sell it to them for the difference. But it's all funded by the buyer. They brought enough money there to close your deal and the deal before, which is the same thing if it would have been an assignment fee because the same amount of money is going to be exchanged or whatever. It's just done in two transactions instead of one.
All right. Let's see. We have someone in the gate room, like the admin.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, good afternoon, sir.
What's going on? How you doing? Appreciate you bringing me on, Flip, man. Thank you.
No problem at all. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I had a quick question. Actually, two. I was trying to comp two properties in Panama City, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
One is 920 Mackenzie Avenue.
Okay. Hold on one second.
No problem.
All right, let me pull that up. Okay, so share screen. All right, if you're on TikTok or Instagram, on the YouTube replay, you can go about 38 minutes in to see what I come up with here for him. All right, what's the address again?
920 Mackenzie Avenue, Panama City, Florida.
All right, so let's just look at it really quick. I like to just Google the address off the top just to see what Zillow says. I'm assuming it's not listed. Okay. All right. So let's get back in here. So this property here, just look at the history if there is any. It was sold back in 2013. It was a finance deal for, what is that, $30,400. They own 10 other properties, as you can see down here.
Right.
Properties to this address. Now let's get in here and actually comp it. All right. So who is hiding here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So what we're going to do, for those that don't know, ideally we don't like to try to cross over these major streets here, just the thicker yellow lines, thicker white lines. So all of this is really in play. or whatever. So I'm going to use the boundary tool to capture. He ain't got a jacket on. You'll use the boundary. I guess they keep on getting burnt. Oh, really? Okay. Oh, you. Oh, okay. Oh, you brilliant. Anyway, so all right. So this is the three things we like to look at off the top is the year built, the lot square footage of the property, and this is ideally what we like to do. The year built, like I said, range of 5 years up or down. The square footage of within a range of 2,500 square feet, and the square footage of the house itself 200 square feet if possible. All right, this house is 1150 square feet. All right, so I'm going to look for the most recent transaction. We have one here in July. I think we have another one here in July also. So we're going to look at those first. So we got a 1938. Ours was 1938. It sold for 130,000. We have another one up here, 1952, and it's a little bigger. Which that one is a little bigger too. The lot is a little bigger, and it sold for 155. So I really like this one down here because it's the same year. The lot is double ours, and the house is a little bigger. So I'm going to be more comfortable with this 130. We'll just take about $5,000 discount because it's bigger off of this. So I'll be comfortable saying 125 as your number. So now if we get over here to the deal calculator, which is free to anyone that wants to use it, just text the word letters DC for deal calculator. So we have the repair calculator and we have the deal calculator. All right. And so I'll pull up both. So it's 1150 square feet. So is the house livable or not?
It's not livable. And I think that 131, I can't really see the address, but if that was the one on Magnolia, that is also like which one is that?
It needs to be rehabbed?
Yeah, it's like totally tore down. You know, with the hurricane, there's a lot of houses that's
let's look at this one.
distressed.
This one right here that
Harmon.
On Harmon, yeah. Now, that's in definitely retail shape or whatever. So, all right. So, good you let me know that. And I should have looked at them. So that 155 may be in play, but it's a lot newer. So instead of 125, I'm going to say 130. It's not a lot newer, but outside of the range where we want to be, and it's a little bigger too. So I'm gonna be around 130 instead of 125. All right. So it's not livable. So the way we do repairs on the repair calculator, it's just a ballpark, not exact, but it's just something that will allow you to make an informed decision on whether you have an opportunity or not. So livable, you multiply the square footage times $25. If it's not livable, times $40. Maybe make a little adjustment there, but that generally works. So $25. So you see that's $28,750 times the square footage. We would automatically round it up to 30,000. Not livable, 46,000. We'll round it up to 50. All right. Okay. So now we go over here. So we said 130 was the number. As far as the the ARV, we put in the repair cost of 50. So it's 70%. 70% times this amount minus repairs gives you this. But we're going to go down here first. So we're trying to make about 10 grand on this. So automatically we're going to try to get this property around 30 or less. And then you'll put it back out there to cash buyers around this amount here. So there you go.
All right. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much. Yes, sir. Good luck to you.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right. Oh. Yeah, we can go ahead.
All right. I'm about to add him now.
Record dope. You got Nathan in here first. Okay. How's it going, Mr. Ricardo? How's it going, Mr. Nathan? Am I saying that right?
Hey, Flip, man. How you doing?
I'm good. What about yourself?
I can't complain. Hey, man, I'm looking to do my first deal, and I was wanting to know if you could comp this property for me.
Okay. All right. Let's go here. Okay, so what's the address?
It's 1828 Hamptonville Road. And it's going to be in Hamptonville, North Carolina.
All right. Okay, so just to look at the past history on it, they got a loan back in 2012 for 68,000 on it. All right, and so let's look at the comps. Only two comps here showing. Well, really one. Hope that's just the MLS option. It's only one comp here. So let's do this. It's a big house too. So let's reduce the square footage. Maybe the house is a lot bigger than the normal size house in that area. All right. So I reduced the square footage to 1120 just by mistake, but that'll work. By 11 to down to 1,120 square feet. And that didn't change the number of comps in the area. It's only one here. And just to compare, both of them were built in 1940. The comp is sitting on an acre, 43,560 square feet. And it's a little bigger also. It sold for $536,000. So if we just make the adjustment, it's sold at $195 a square foot. How do they come to that number? They divide the square footage into the price that it's sold for. Okay, so just to compare, based on the price per square foot, 195 times 2,300, 2,301 equals 448,000. So basically, around 450 would be the ARV. The only issue with something like that, though, I don't see a lot of activity in the area, which may mean it may be difficult to find a buyer for your actual deal or whatever. But if I ran the rest of the numbers, is this property livable or not?
Not livable.
Okay, so if we do not livable, 2,300 square feet. Okay, that's almost 100 grand. So we round that up to 95,000, offer 450. We're just gonna go ahead and go up to 100. We're just gonna say it's 100. All right. And something like this, I'm trying to make at least 30. You can go up, go down, but at least 30. Right. Okay. So this is where you need to be. The blue number is the offer to the seller or less, and the black number is what you'll put it back out there to market to cash buyers.
Okay.
All right.
All right. I appreciate it.
No problem at all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do the TOP-IC. And what is it for today? Which is better, cold calling or text messaging? Which is better, cold calling or text messaging? Really can't say one is better than the other because I think, let me just say this, I think text messaging is easier I can't even say that because some people are just better actually having a conversation. Now, I do know this, you'll get a better response rate through text messaging, right? And from there, it's all about your skills as far as negotiating and getting on the phone and such and such. So it depends on what your skill set is on which one is better or not. If you are a communicator, you love talking to people, don't not thin skin like myself. If someone said an ugly word to you, you're ready to go home and get into the fetal position, then cold calling is the world is yours. It's an unlimited amount of money out there that you can make. But if you are similar to me, then text messaging is going to probably be a better option for you because it's not as personal. You'll still get cursed out, and still get called some ugly stuff or whatever, and just some nasty individuals out there. But for me, it's a lot easier to take that than the verbal onslaught. So it just depends on who you are as a person, whether which one is easier or not. Now, the cold calling is less expensive to get off the ground versus text messaging. So you need to factor that in also. If you only have the budget for cold calling, then partner with someone that loves to communicate, aka run their mouth, right? And they're not insulted or made feel bad because someone hung up in their face or called them or so and so. So it's just going to be dependent on you and your resources that you have available as far as either money to spend or someone to add on to your business if you don't want to actually do the cold calling. So that's all I have to say about that. So guys, we've been rolling pretty hard here. And if you didn't get your questions answered, post it in the comment section of any video, and I answer those on a daily basis. With that being said, we'll see you guys on the flip side.
Text me and I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back. You text me then I'll text you back. Text me then I'll text you back. TikTok, you don't stop. I will help you make your paper stack. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now? 205-964-52439. Yep. 205